Today we're looking at my favorite colorway of the Reebok Insta Pump Fury 2. Hey guys, welcome back to our Kicks Reasons channel, and today we're looking at my favorite colorway from the Reebok Insta Pump Fury 2, or how they're now known as the Insta Pump Fury 95. This is what Reebok are calling the latest retro, and this is the original launch colorway, the purple and black, which is my second favorite. But I'm gonna show you some details here and compare it to the original one. And I'm saying the original one because this is the closest to the original one I have. This is the 2002 retro of the Insta Pump Fury 2, but this one features all the original elements, including the Ultra Hexalite, and the Hexalite, and the Hexalite on the forefoot, and everything else that goes around the shoe, including the functional Insta Pump bladder system. Now, why am I saying this is my favorite colorway? Because it features some of my favorite color combinations. We have the red, we have the yellow, we have the black, of course we have the massive graphite, and we have the Ultra Hexalite in the back. And a follow-up of the original Insta Pump Fury created by Mr. Stephen F. Smith was not a massive hit, but still had a very big following around the world. And when I was growing up, some of my friends had it. Actually, they had the purple colorway, and I always liked this model just because it was upgrading and kind of stepping in onto the original one, adding the Ultra Hexalite, which obviously provided a lot more comfort. Now, there's some noticeable differences here between the release of the latest retro and this one, or the original one. And one of the biggest, and a lot of people noticed this immediately, even on images before this shoe released, was the tone that they're releasing it with the hole in the tone, or the proverbial tone, because it's all one piece. Where the original one released with the pull tab and a very puffy, you guys are gonna see them on a close-up, literally probably an inch puffy and thick tone. The whole one was represented only on the original engineering sample before the production and before the release on retail. I am not sure why Reebok went with this route to release it this way. I think, and I know why they released it with the different tone back in the day, because this rubberized piece right here where the hole is and the pointy area on top kind of digs into your foot, and it's not very comfortable. Where this one is literally like a pillow's hugging your foot, because the tone is massive, super thick, the padding on the heel is super thick, and you have a very comfortable insole, which is awesome. These were some of the nicest and some of the most comfortable shoes at the time. Now, there's other subtle differences here and there, but obviously I noticed everything and I can tell you what they are. The base, or the midsole outsole of the shoe of the retro, is much narrower. The original one is wider, thicker, puffier. They did not spare any material back in the day. Obviously, in the forefoot here we have Hexalite, which is 5.5 millimeter thick, and it's a massive block that goes across your forefoot. In the back we have Ultra Hexalite, which is 8 millimeter, and visible Hexalite on both lateral side and on the back as well. Well, right here we don't have any of that stuff, but we have much softer midsole. This is how the Reebok are remediating the comfort with these, because the Hexalite is not the same, obviously. And another big difference here I noticed immediately, and you guys are gonna notice as well, is you're going to see how big of a difference is between the forefoot midsole and the heel midsole on the retro. The distance between both of them is almost twice the size of the original one. And I'm not sure what the decision and why the decision was made this way. This midsole kind of reminds me of the original Insta Pump Fury, because the distance between both was much greater on the original, where the second version they made it close to each other for stability issues and for other issues that people had with the original one, cracking the graphite when they're hitting hard or using it for a long period of time. That's why they actually redesigned a little bit this way to make them closer, but at the same time we have decoupled forefoot and heel, and we have the graphite as well. So I'm not sure what prompted this change, but it's not something I'm mad about. The other thing you'll see on the back, the reflective Reebok on the original one is much bigger, the logo, than the retro, and the rubber piece that connects the heel of the pump bladder on the original one is smaller and narrower. In other words, the pump bladder on the original one extends a little bit further back where the heel is, and that way provides a little bit more of a hugging sensation. Other differences in the logo on the front, we have the old Vector and Reebok logo with the reserved mark above the O and trademark right at the end of the Vector. We don't have these on the new versions. I'm not sure why this logo had to be changed or why they removed the reserved and the trademark. I'm not sure what the detail is there. And also on the Insta Pump, writing on the pumps, we're missing the trademark right at the Insta Pump, and the font is slightly different. And obviously this one can be Insta Pumped and this one cannot. And the nozzles are different sizes because of that. Now, chasing this colorway took me a while, and I said it's my favorite. So I was trying to find a wearable DS pair that it's in my size for such a long time. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have the box. I bought them off eBay without the box, but still, these are fully wearable, no problem whatsoever. I absolutely love them. And the insole is the one that I keep mentioning many times, the Reebok Athletics insole. They can be removed and cleaned with the arch support where it's thick in the back. And this one, because how it's made, it will never disintegrate, it will never crumble or anything like that. At the same time, it is very comfortable. The writing on the insole, it says Insta Pump Fury and Reebok, is much bigger than the one on the Retro. The font and the whole idea is pretty much the same. It's just the writing is much bigger. But really, I wish that Reebok released these latest retros just like the original ones, with a puffy tone, with a pull tab. I think it looks a lot better, and I think it is much more comfortable this way with these ones. And honestly, if you put these on feet and put these other ones on feet, you can instantly see the difference. Obviously, you're gonna see them on feet, but a combination of Ultra Hexalite and Hexalite on the forefoot, and trust me when I tell you, you can feel both of them on the heel and on the forefoot. And like I said, what saves this one is the softness of the midsole, and it's definitely much softer. Probably over time this aged a little bit and got harder, but that's why we have the original technologies in here to make the difference. So yeah, what can I say at the end? I'm super happy to add this to my collection because this is an iconic model. The best 1-2 punches in the sneaker history for me, Insta Pump Fury 1, followed by the Insta Pump Fury 2. These are excellent, still futuristic, and there's not another design, even almost 30 years later, that is more futuristic and more crazy looking than this one. Nobody can change my mind. The genius of Mr. Stephen F. Smith creating this shoe back in the day, without the laces, with the graphite, with the hexalite visible all around and all that stuff, it has not been replicated even today, and I still believe it's the best shoe. Now, this one is not designed by him, but at the same time carries a lot of the cues and kind of created this legacy of this iconic model. That's pretty much it, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you're new. Check out some of the videos coming very soon. And as always, guys, you have a wonderful day.